Welcome, everyone. Ready to dive deep into how Amazon uses AI. Not just for those cool features we see, but how they're using it to change entire industries.
Yeah.
I was prepping for this, and honestly, some of the stuff is just mind-blowing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, did you know 35% of Amazon sales are influenced by their AI? That's from a case study I was reading.
It's incredible. And what's really fascinating is that Amazon wasn't like a latecomer to AI.
Right.
They were early adopters.
Oh,
They
really?
saw the potential right from the start, made it a core part of their business.
Huh. So it wasn't just like a trendy add-on?
No, not at all. Like take inventory management.
Yeah.
Huge challenge for any retailer, especially one as big as Amazon.
Makes sense.
From day one, they were using AI to optimize their stock, making sure they had the right stuff at the right time.
Okay.
It was a strategic move.
Okay, that's for the behind-the-scenes stuff. But for us shoppers, what about those personalized recommendations?
Right.
I see them all the time, but how do they actually work? It can't just be people who bought this also bought that.
No, it's much more sophisticated than that.
Right.
It's machine learning, a type of AI where computers learn from data without being specifically programmed.
Oh, wow.
So they're looking at your browsing history, what you've bought before, even product reviews you've read.
It's like they're building a profile for each shopper.
Exactly. Trying to predict what you'll be interested in.
It's a little creepy, but also kind of cool.
Oh, it's definitely effective.
I guess 35% of their sales coming from that proves it.
Exactly. Shows how powerful AI can be in understanding and influencing what we buy.
Okay, so that's online, but what about their warehouses? I've heard stories about how they're using AI there.
It's pretty amazing.
What's it like?
Imagine a huge warehouse, but instead of just shelves, you've got robots zooming around,
Robots.
picking and packing orders with incredible speed and precision.
That's like straight out of a sci-fi movie.
It is. These robots are from Kiva Systems, a company Amazon bought years ago.
Okay.
But they're not just moving randomly. They're following AI algorithms, optimizing everything.
So AI is streamlining the whole warehouse operation.
Yes, from where things are stored to the most efficient routes for picking and packing.
How does that impact me as a customer, though?
Well, think about it. AI can predict what people are likely to buy in different regions.
Huh.
So Amazon can pre-position those products closer to customers. So when you order something, it might already be ready to ship.
So they're not even waiting for me to click buy.
Exactly. They're anticipating demand.
Whoa, that's crazy. What about the delivery drivers? Are they using AI too?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Those delivery routes aren't just static maps. They're constantly being optimized by AI, factoring in traffic, weather, even your specific delivery window.
So it's not just getting it from the warehouse to my door. It's about doing it as efficiently as possible.
Precisely. It's about speed and smarts, a theme we see throughout how Amazon uses AI. Okay, so we've talked online recommendations, warehouse logistics. What about Alexa?
Ah, Alexa.
I use it all the time, controlling my smart home, playing music, even ordering stuff.
It's become so ubiquitous.
What's the AI behind it?
Alexa uses some pretty advanced AI, particularly natural language processing, NLP for short.
NLP.
Yeah, allows Alexa to understand and respond to your voice commands.
But like, naturally.
It's not just recognizing words, it's understanding meaning and context.
So when I tell Alexa to play some jazz, it knows I want jazz music.
Right, it's not just matching words to a playlist.
That's amazing. How does that even work?
NLP is complex. It's teaching computers to process human language, which is full of nuance and ambiguity.
I can imagine.
Alexa doing it effectively is really a testament to how far AI has come.
Right, but Alexa's just one part of it, right? There's AWS too, Amazon's cloud computing platform.
Absolutely, that's Amazon Web Services, essentially the world's leading cloud platform.
And AI is a big part of that too.
Huge part, and here's where it gets really interesting.
Through AWS, Amazon makes these powerful AI tools available to businesses of all sizes.
Not just the big guys.
Not at all. It's like they're sharing their expertise.
What are the implications of that?
What it means? It means businesses can build their own AI solutions using Amazon's tools like Amazon SageMaker.
Hedgemaker.
It lets businesses build, train, and deploy their own machine learning models, even if they don't have, a whole team of AI experts.
It's like they're getting the keys to Amazon's AI engine.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty powerful stuff.
What other tools are there?
Well, there's Amazon Recognition, which analyzes images and videos.
There what?
All sorts of things. Security, surveillance, marketing, you name it.
I don't get it.
Okay, so say a retail store wants to track customer traffic patterns.
Okay.
They could use Recognition to do that, or even analyze customer demographics.
Huh. It's like an extra set of eyes that can see things we can't.
Right, exactly.
Mm.
And then you've got Amazon
Polly?
Polly.
What's that?
It turns text into speech.
Like a robot voice.
No, like a lifelike human voice. It's used for voiceovers, interactive voice response systems, making websites accessible to people with visual impairments.
Wow, the possibilities are kind of endless.
They really are.
So AWS is really democratizing AI, making it available to everyone.
Yeah, it's not just about Amazon using AI. It's about them enabling others to innovate with it.
So they're shaping the entire playing field, not just playing on it.
Exactly. And it's having a ripple effect across industries. Everyone's having to step up their game because of what Amazon's doing.
It's like Amazon's AI story is also everyone else's story.
Right. It's about how technology is changing everything, how we live, work, interact with the world.
We've talked a lot about the exciting side of AI, but what about the concerns?
Right. AI isn't all sunshine and roses. There are challenges.
Like what?
Well, one of the big ones is jobs. As AI gets more sophisticated, it can automate tasks that humans used to do,
So people lose their jobs.
potentially, especially in sectors with a lot of repetitive manual labor.
Is there anything we can do about that?
We need to focus on education and training programs to help workers adapt.
So they can learn new skills.
Yeah, skills for the jobs of the future, the ones that AI will create.
What kind of skills are we talking about?
Critical thinking, problem-solving creativity, the jobs that are routine and predictable, those are the ones most likely to be automated.
Makes sense. What about the role of government?
Governments have a big role to play. They can incentivize companies to invest in retraining, support research and development in AI, create policies for responsible AI development.
So it's everyone working together, governments, businesses, individuals.
Exactly. It's a big shift, and we need to navigate it together.
Okay, so job displacement, that's a big one. What other challenges are there?
Privacy is a huge concern.
Right, all that data Amazon collects.
What we buy a search for, say to Alexa,
There's a lot.
it raises questions about how that data is used, who has access, and how it's protected.
Yeah, it can be kind of creepy.
We need to be aware of what data is collected, how it's used, read those privacy policies, even if they're long.
They're so long.
Pay attention to app permissions. And if you're not comfortable with the amount of data being collected, consider alternatives or adjust your settings.
So we do have some control.
We do. It's about taking responsibility.
Okay, changing gears a bit. How is all this affecting Amazon's competitors? It's a tough market out there.
Definitely puts pressure on them to up their game. We're seeing companies like Walmart, Target investing heavily in AI to improve their operations, personalize offerings, and keep up with Amazon.
So it's not just retail.
Not at all. Companies across industries are realizing that AI is essential.
Amazon's setting the pace?
They are. It's like a tech arms race.
Yeah.
But hopefully it's a race that benefits consumers.
Right, competition drives innovation, so hopefully we all win.
Exactly. But it's important that this race doesn't sacrifice ethics and societal well-being.
Good point. We've talked a lot about the practical stuff, but what about the bigger picture?
Societal implications.
Yeah, what are those?
That's a complex question.
Uh,
One of the big ones is the potential for AI to increase inequality. If AI systems are trained on biased data, they can make things worse, lead to unfair outcomes.
so it's not just about the technology itself, but how it's used.
Exactly. If we're not careful, AI could make societal problems worse instead of better.
We need to be having these conversations then about the ethics of AI.
Absolutely. We need to think about the unintended consequences and work to prevent them.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. Practical applications, societal implications. Where do we go from here? What's next for Amazon and AI?
That's the big question, isn't it? One thing's for sure, Amazon's not slowing down.
Right.
They're always pushing the limits, trying new things, expanding into new areas. And with AWS, they're empowering others to do the same.
It's exciting, but also a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, the future of AI is uncertain, and that's what makes it so interesting.
So what's the main takeaway you want our listeners to remember from all this?
Well, it really boils down to this. Businesses can take Amazon's AI tools and build their own solutions. It's like they're getting access to the same tech that powers Amazon's recommendations, their warehouses, everything.
Wow, so it's not just Amazon benefiting from AI, it's spreading outwards.
Exactly. Take Amazon SageMaker, for example.
SageMaker.
It's a tool that lets companies build, train, and deploy machine learning models.
And they don't need their own AI experts.
Nope, not necessarily. It's pretty amazing. Levels the playing field.
So what other tools are there?
There's Amazon Recognition. That one analyzes images and videos. It's got uses in security, marketing, all sorts of fields.
So like what could you actually do with that?
Well, imagine a retail store wants to track customer traffic or analyze demographics. Recognition can do that.
Huh. It's like having a super-powered security camera.
In a way, yeah. And there's Amazon.
Golly.
That one turns text into speech, lifelike human-sounding
Hey,
speech.
what is that used for?
Voiceovers for videos, interactive voice response systems, making websites accessible for people with visual impairments.
So it's not just a robot voice reading things out loud.
No, it's much more sophisticated than that.
Wow, the possibilities are really incredible.
They really are.
So AWS is making AI accessible to everyone.
It is democratizing it. It's not just about Amazon using AI. It's about them giving others the tools to use it too.
And that's changing the whole landscape, right?
Absolutely. It's a ripple effect across industries.
We've talked a lot about the good side of AI, but there are concerns too, right?
Yeah, for sure. AI isn't a perfect solution.
Like, what kind of concerns are we talking about?
Well, one of the big ones is the impact on jobs. As AI gets smarter, it can automate tasks that humans used to do.
So people lose their jobs.
Potentially, yeah, especially in sectors with lots of repetitive tasks.
So what can we do about that?
Well, education and training are key, helping workers adapt to the changing job market.
So they can learn new skills.
Exactly. Skills for the jobs that AI will create.
What kind of skills?
Things like critical thinking, problem-solving creativity, those are harder to automate.
Makes sense, but it's still a big shift for a lot of people.
It is, and governments have a role to play too. They can incentivize companies to invest in retraining, support research and development, create policies for responsible AI development.
So it's a team effort. Everyone needs to be involved.
It really is.
Okay, so job displacement is a big one. What else?
Privacy is a huge concern.
Right, Amazon collects so much data.
Everything we buy, search for, say to Alexa, it's a lot.
Yeah, it can be a little unnerving.
We need to be aware of how that data is being used and protected. Read those privacy policies even if they're super long.
They know they are.
Pay attention to the permissions you give apps and websites, and if you're not comfortable with how much data is being collected, look for alternatives or adjust your settings.
So it's not all hopeless. We have some control.
We do. It's about being informed and proactive.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit. How is Amazon's use of AI impacting its competitors?
It's putting a lot of pressure on them to keep up.
In what way?
We're seeing companies like Walmart and Target investing a ton in AI, trying to streamline their operations, offer more personalized experiences just to stay competitive.
So it's not just a retail thing.
Nope, it's happening across industries. Companies are realizing they need AI to survive.
It's like Amazon is setting a new standard,
They are. It's a technological arms race in a way.
but hopefully a race where everyone benefits in the end.
Right? Competition drives innovation. So ideally, it leads to better products and services for everyone.
Fingers crossed. We've talked a lot about the practical applications of AI, but what about the bigger picture?
The societal impact.
Yeah, what are the implications of all this?
Well, one of the big ones is the potential for AI to widen existing inequalities.
How so?
If AI systems are trained on biased data, they can perpetuate and amplify those biases leading to unfair outcomes.
So it's not just about the tech itself, it's about how it's used.
Exactly. We need to be very careful about how we develop and deploy AI. If we're not mindful, it could make societal problems worse.
So we need to be having these conversations about AI ethics.
Absolutely. We need to consider the potential downsides and work to mitigate them.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. From Amazon's specific use of AI to the broader societal implications, it's clear that AI is a powerful force and it's changing everything.
It really is.
But where do we go from here? What's the future of Amazon and AI?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
One thing is for sure, Amazon's not slowing down. They're going to keep pushing the limits, experimenting, expanding. And with AWS, they're enabling countless others to do the same.
It's exciting, but also a bit daunting.
Yeah, the future of AI is full of uncertainty, and that's what makes it so fascinating.
So we've covered a lot in this deep dive. What's the one key takeaway you want our listeners to walk away with?
I'd say the most important thing to remember is that the future of AI is not set in stone. It's being shaped right now by the choices that companies like Amazon make, by the regulations governments put in place, and by how informed we are as consumers.
So it's not just about being impressed by the cool tech, it's about understanding that we have a role to play in how AI evolves.
Exactly. The more we understand about AI, how it works, its potential, and its limitations, the better equipped we'll be to navigate this new world and ensure that AI is used responsibly.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
This has been an amazing deep dive. I feel like I've learned so much.
Me too. It's been a pleasure exploring this with you and our listener.
Absolutely. And to our listener, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of Amazon and AI. Keep those questions coming, keep learning, and remember, the future is what we make it.